food o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I made my way to Lidl and I picked up a Speedy Noodle spicy curry. Now this is a 90-gram pot of noodle, of course, and it cost me the best part of £1, which this day and age, great value for money. It might have even been 80p. 80p to £1. That's what I'm going to stick this one, because I lost my receipt. It wasn't much. It wasn't like I went up to this noodle and went, ooh, you know, that's way too expensive. It was between 80p and £1. So the fill line is on the outside, which is nice and easy. 51% dry noodles. Ready in 4 minutes. Kettle has just boiled. Do you really want to see the... Oh, good job I checked, mind you. There's some mango chutney in there. I was about to pour boiling water all over that mango chutney. There's a look at the noodles there. Here we go then. Not much in the way of peas and carrots in that one, is it? It just looks like noodles on its own. Right, there we go then. Up to the fill line. Now what I like to do with these noodles is give them a bit of a pinch around the bottom of the container, just to loosen it up a little bit. Then I like to give it a bit of a stir, get that water, that boiling water, right down in the crevices. Right, give it a good stir, put the lid back on, and we'll leave that for, well, as they want, 4 minutes. We'll be back when these noodles are cooked. Right, it's been 4 minutes. It's time to get into these Speedy Noodles spicy curry. So let's get rid of that lid. You can see that all of the noodles have risen. The peas actually look like peas again. I do like a bit of mango chutney, so I'm going to add this mango chutney to the mix here. Oh, mind you. Oh, mind you. I need some kind of... There we go. Bit of mango chutney. I like mango chutney with poppadoms. When you go to like an Indian restaurant and you have the fresh poppadoms there, I think that type of... Let's get this in properly. I think that type of mango chutney, the fresh, oh, it's just incredible. Out of this world type of food. Right. That's very salty mango chutney. Of course it's salty. It's going to be stuck on a shelf for a couple of months, isn't it? That's the reason why a lot of these ready meals are full of salt. It's just, salt is a great preservative. But if you can get fresh mango chutney without all that salt in, pretty good. Right. How are we getting on then? Spicy curry with mango chutney. There's a look at the noodles, dripping with sauce. Let's get in. They are your typical pot noodle semolina type. I suppose is it semolina? No, actually, it doesn't look like semolina, but it's got that kind of soft noodle type. Spicy curry. I tell you what it tastes like. It tastes like if you were to go to the chip shop, a British traditional chip shop, and ask for something like chicken curry off the bone. It's got that kind of cheap curry, but at the same time very satisfying chicken curry off the bone type flavour. In terms of it being spicy, there's the smallest of tickle on the back of the throat in terms of the spice. Even after a couple of beer reviews, I'm standing here. Normally when I've had a couple of beers, I can pretty much kind of eat anything. Everything tastes great. It's like having 4 beers and looking at an ugly woman. You know, they look great after 4 beers. Same as when you kind of come home from the pub and you can eat a dirty old doner kebab. You couldn't eat it sober. But even after a couple of beers, I'm thinking, this really is bog standard. This is like the most bog standard noodle pot I think I've ever reviewed in my life. It's just got that cheap curry taste, a raisiny, slightly peppery, salty, little tickle of a burn on the back of the throat. They're made for a budget. They are made for an absolute budget, these noodles. I think Lidl would do probably better in producing a more of an upmarket noodle. Something where you'd be willing to spend 50 pence more on the noodle, but actually kind of taste something. Maybe like a Thai green curry, or I don't know, something a little bit more interesting than this. To be honest with you, I prefer to buy a pot noodle beef and tomato than buy this particular noodle. For me, there's not much worse in the noodle world than the cheap spicy curry flavoured noodles, and that's unfortunately exactly what this is. It reeks of cheapness, and it reeks of kind of like, you're not going to live very long if you have one of these a day. So I think I'm ready to rate this one. Normally after a couple of beers, even a cheap pot noodle tastes okay. But this is poor. I couldn't imagine eating that sober. I mean, that is poor. That's a poor example of a speedy noodle. A pot noodle type thing. I won't be buying that again. It's really bog standard. It's really boring. There's a little tickle of spice on the back of the throat. It's cheap chicken off the bone curry sauce from your local chip shop. Yeah, it's a bit boring. 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.